What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have our second Avengers full trailer just dropped, and it is said to have some added scenes into it, so meaning this will be some new footage, and some of it will be a montage of what's already been seen at the Super Bowl trailer release. But anyway, we are gonna watch this together. I am gonna go over it, give you a little commentary here and there, and just my final thoughts on it. And with that being said, before I do get into playing this video, I do not own this video. This is something I found on YouTube. This is something that YouTube has released throughout its community, so everyone has had their hands on this video or seen portions of this video from numerous other YouTube channels. So hopefully we don't get any copyright claims, but we probably will, and also, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe right now for more videos like this one. Smash that like button if you're a fan of the MCU. And with that being said, let's hit play and put it on full screen.
God, seems like 1,000 years ago. I fought my way out of that cave. Became Iron Man. Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
I saw all these people die. I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do. But not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. I like this one.
Wow, what a trailer, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautifully crafted. I want to say to the production team out there, good work on this trailer. There was a lot of new footage. There was a lot of old footage. As I said, it was pretty much a montage. But the main thing that you do get from this trailer is that this will involve some time travel. As you can see, there was footage from the original movies that first came out, the beginning of Thor, which is the first movie, the Captain America movie. Everything is dating back to stage one, phase one, putting the team together. Now, there is a voiceover from Iron Man. He's basically giving his message to Pepper, kind of letting her know like this is me. I'm still alive. This isn't goodbye as of yet. I have some responsibilities to do. I have some mistakes to be corrected, and that's what he's pretty much saying in his message. You know, um, and he is lost in space. Now, we don't really see this in the trailer, but there was some leaked photos and stuff like that. He is not alone on this ship. He is also with Nebula. Now, they are stranded, so I'm guessing they find a way to get back to Earth. Maybe they repair the ship and they come back just in time to reconvene with the team and try to gather up their strategies and ultimately put together the end game plan in order to defeat Thanos and undo the snap that he's done. Um, then you have a voiceover from Captain America, pretty much just saying, he's been trying to like coach people in these like therapy sessions or whatever to move on, but in some cases you aren't able to move on. In a situation like this, it's hard for you to move on, seeing as half the world has been erased, including friends and family members, and the team itself, so they got a lot to do and a lot to prepare for in this second showdown against Thanos. Um, then we have a voiceover from Peggy Carter. Now, the thing that she kind of implements is time travel. She's pretty much telling um, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, you can only do things once, you don't get a second chance. But, basically, she started to say, there is a possibility that you can get another chance by starting over. So that's kind of hinting at, you know, time travel, because if you recognize any shows that you watch that involves time travel or any movies, that is your only second chance in life, is if you go back in time and redo things over. But you do know the consequences of going back, changing the past. Now it can have effects on your future or the present, like current timeline. So it depends what's going to happen, how they do things, and what's to come moving forward from them time traveling, because we do know that that is initially what's going to happen, as we see all these set photos with these like these devices on everyone's wrist, which could be a time traveling device similar to what Cable had in Deadpool 2. So that could be very much what they are doing, and what they are wearing on their wrist. Could be a time travel thing, or it could be just something that'll help them, you know, be stable in the quantum realm. Now, since we mentioned the quantum realm, this is where Scott Lang comes in, aka Ant-Man. Now, prior to all of this happening during Infinity War, we do know Ant-Man was not present due to the fact that he was on house arrest. Now, as shady and lame as that sounds, it was the actual truth. He was on house arrest. If you guys didn't see that movie, I'm sorry that I did kind of spoil it just now, but I am assuming that if you guys are watching this video, that you are caught up with everything. So yeah, Scott has been on house arrest. Um, he served his time. He done things during his sentences that he shouldn't have been doing, but everything was under secrecy, and he was able to, successfully get the ankle released. So he was able to, go back out into the world again. And when he comes out into the world, we see this shot where this could possibly be his home, and you can see as the surroundings of the home, a lot of grass and stuff has grown upwards the house, meaning some time has passed, something has happened. you know. Um, and there's all these missing persons posters posted everywhere. Now, I'm not specifically sure about what I'm going to say right now, but you guys can write in the comment section if you feel I'm wrong or if you know something about this scene. But I'm guessing that during the snap of, you know, Thanos erasing half of the universe and stuff like that, I'm guessing Scott's family was also a part of that snap, seeing as the house was, it looked like it hasn't been taken care of in a while, and Scott is unaware of anything that was going on. So this kind of ties into the scene where he shows up at the Avengers base, and he's outside and they're looking at the camera and they're like, is this live? This is right now? And, Black Widow's like, yeah, this is live right now. He's outside of the Avengers base. And they had him on the list as potential, team members that has been erased. So he shows up, and he pretty much probably wants to know like what's been happening and have you seen my family, basically. So he has a very big part in this film specifically, seeing as they will be traveling through the quantum realm and he has the most experience. Um, I'm not sure if Wasp will be in this movie, but I'm quite sure they also got erased. Excuse me. There's a lot of dust up here. Um, what else can we say? Now, we do see Rhodey, and he is in this film, and we do see that the War Machine has an upgrade. Now, I stated this in one of my previous videos that War Machine, he always gets upgrades, but it would never be any kind of upgrade that Tony Stark gets. Now, I do want to say this, that I think specifically because, he kind of took this machine from Tony, that the way the upgrades go, Tony doesn't really have a say so in it, seeing as, this suit was commandeered by Rhodey. He just took it from him, no permission. Can I borrow this or can I do this? It he was just it was just relieved from Tony Stark's hands, and it's been in the government's hands since what, the first movie, I believe, or should I say the second movie? I could be wrong about whenever he took the suit, but you guys know the point that I'm getting at. Basically, they don't have all the technology that Iron Man has, but the government has a lot of money. And so does Iron Man, so, that kind of doesn't really solidify my point. But the point being as they don't have Tony Stark. You guys know that already. So War Machine's upgrades is always going to be different from Tony and still one step behind from Tony. Now, we did see that Tony had the nanotechnology in his last suit in Infinity War. Now, he went toe to toe with Thanos. He was able to land a couple punches, do some damage, all for a drop of blood, which is what Thanos said. But, he was able to do that and make everything possible due to this nanotech suit. And it was pretty badass. So I'm thinking in this Endgame, he doesn't really have much to upgrade to his suit, seeing as this might be the furthest his suit can go. But he might have some Wakanda technology added into it. He might get some vibranium. Who knows? But anyway, you see War Machine. He has a different kind of badass look to his suit. He has a couple new weapons. Now, I don't know exactly what weapons there are, but it looks like in the back he could have like a photon cannon or something like that on there. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section. But as I said, his upgrades won't be as spectacular as Iron Man's, but his upgrades will look pretty badass. It gives it a much meaner look, a tougher look, you know. And War Machine's specific suit was a lot heavier than Iron Man's suit anyway. So you know, you see that. You also see the team up with War Machine and Rocket. Now, Rocket is seen to be in a comic book accurate suit, seeing as he is wearing the blue, I believe, jacket. Now, I think he has a couple new toys. You know, Rocket always has some kind of weapons and stuff up his sleeve, and he's willing to team up with anyone, you know, that's, I guess, worthy of being a teammate with him, you know. He always manages to team up with a pretty badass person. We seen in Infinity War, he was able to team up with Thor and Groot, and they was entering Wakanda and just laying the smack down on everyone. So now we see him teaming up with War Machine, and you know War Machine has a lot of big guns, so that's something Rocket likes. He likes weapons and likes shooting big guns. Um, so it would be interesting to see him and War Machine team up. I think that'll be pretty good. Um, we also have a shot of Hawkeye, aka Ronin, now due to the snap. You know, the snap possibly erased his family. I say possibly because it's not really clear, but seeing as the direction that this character is going in for this movie, he's enduring some severe pain and loss. So I'm guessing, you know, his family has been gone and he went through this, you know, Ronin stage. He has the comic book accurate um, costume and stuff like that. You know, he looks badass. He looks like you know, he's had enough of the world. You know, um, and to think he was gonna, you know, settle down and I guess retire from the Avengers. You seen had he had this house set up. You know, Fury set up that house for him and stuff like that. And you know, he has had his children, his wife. So, you know, he was going to live a happily life, but he's been drawn back into work, and now his family's gone due to this snap, you know. So now he's like just on the verge of vengeance. He wants to go around and destroy anyone that, you know, crosses his path, meaning he will go up against Thanos again. And, you know, hopefully, with the help of his teammates again, they'll be successful in this new movie that's coming out. What else is there to go over? We do see some flashbacks to Thor, him speaking to his father, speaking to Odin, you know, and we do have a voiceover from Thor just saying that, you know, he literally watched everyone die, you know, and he was kind of like second guessing his movements. As you can see, he was, you know, taking the time to think, you know, like what he could have possibly done, you know, in order to prevent that snap. And what he could have possibly done was what Thanos said. Next time you should have went for the head, you know. But it wasn't his fault, you know. He came in, he did what he had to do. He got a new toy. He came in and laid the smackdown on all those creatures that was in Wakanda going crazy, and he delivered the final blow to Thanos. But you know, it wasn't enough. He should have aimed for the head, truly, yeah. Or they should have just chopped off his wrist, you know, make things simple. If he's not going to willingly take off the glove, take away his hand or something, you know. But it is what it is with movies and TV shows. You know, they have to make things, you know, go longer than it has to be. So, you know, he's overthinking that, you know, and now this time around, he's like, there's a possible chance that we have a second chance, you know, and he wants to just do things right this time because he feels like, you know, that's his responsibility. He has to, you know, uphold the law and, you know, protect the world, you know, and it's a lot of weight on his shoulders with him being the strongest. And then he comes across someone even stronger than him. Now you can see this was pretty much towards the end. Now I'm skipping something, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna still go back into it. So he comes across Captain Marvel. Now, this part was actually my favorite part of this trailer. He calls a forth, Stormbreaker, and Stormbreaker is inches away from Captain Marvel's face and or her hair, and she just stood there, with a little smirk, not even a flinch, and I'm guessing that was like his little test to see, how brave she was, if she could stand up to Thanos, and she just proved it, like, yeah, you don't scare me, and neither does Thanos. I'm coming here. I've been summoned here to kick his ass, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna team up with you guys, and we're gonna take him down. So then Thor's like, oh, I like this one. She's tough. You know. And now with the combination of Thor and Captain Marvel, you have a legit chance to defeat Thanos and redo the damage that the snap has done. So, there is no excuses, there is no more time. The time is now to do whatever it takes. And that is what is said throughout this trailer. Whatever it takes. Meaning we have to go and pull certain strings, whatever we have to do to get the job done, we're going to do that, whatever it takes. Meaning, we're going to go back in time. We're going to do certain things. We're going to get people to help out. We're going to do whatever it takes to bring back our teammates, our friends, our family, and bring back the half of the world that was gone. So, Captain Marvel. Now, the way she fits into this story is she was summoned by Nick Fury. Now, a lot of people may say, what is the connection? Basically, if you've seen Captain Marvel movie and if you've seen Avengers Infinity War, just before he got, dusted, Nick Fury, he was able to send a page out to Captain Marvel. Now that's what was being shown on the pager. So the team has recovered the pager. They wanted to know, what was so important, and who was Nick Fury trying to contact before he got dusted away. Now they bring it back to the headquarters and they notice that the transmission has stopped. So they want to see if, it'll continue to transmit or if it'll make any kind of movements or whatever, or someone else is going to page back. They just want to know who he was trying to contact. And boom, Captain Marvel just appears out of the blue, like if it was magic. Now, I'm thinking she might have just flown in the facility, and bypassed all the security measures and stuff like that, meaning there were probably like soldiers or like robots, those Iron Man armors probably, and she probably took all of them out. Now, this is not shown. This is just speculated from me, but I'm guessing, she was able to come in, and just bypass all the security, and voila, Captain Marvel at your service. Now, everyone is not too, excited to see her because they don't know who she is. And the fact that she is, a very powerful contender, a very strong being that can take on Thanos, and the fact that Nick Fury, called upon her, that just like, why is there so much secrecy with Nick Fury? Why haven't we known about her since then? But as you can see, the difference between this movie and Captain Marvel, it's been about, I think, 20 years, because the movie is placed in the 1990s, and when she comes to the present, it is about 20 years later. So, the fact that she's been gone for that long, people probably want to know where the heck she's been. And I believe that's what Rhodey has said, once he's seen her display of powers. He's probably like, where has she been all this time? Well, throughout the time, she has been fighting the war. She was putting a stop to the Kree, and she wanted to find out what the heck was going on up there in space, and there was a lot of people in trouble out there, so she was the only one to be able to stop them during that time. Now, we do also know that there is
the Guardians, they're like the space team, I guess, the space Avengers, if you want to say that. They do handle stuff that's up in space, and sometimes they can cross over, meaning they can come down to Earth and defeat any targets that they need to defeat, that is causing harm. Um, but initially, the Avengers are Earth's mightiest heroes and defenders, and in space, you have the Guardians, you have, I believe, Nebula as well, you know. Now, Nebula was, I think, oh, excuse me, I said Nebula. I meant the Nova Corps. Now, we do know about that from the previous Guardians movie in the beginning. That was their whole thing. We protect the universe, we protect everything in space, and the Guardians were just rogues at the time. They weren't a team, but then they became a team, and yada yada yada. But you get what I mean. Like during Captain Marvel's movie, there probably wasn't no Nova Corps, and it wasn't no Guardians. It was just her, as pretty much what they were explaining. So now she's here. She's here to help the team, and she's going to do whatever it takes, even if that means killing Thanos. And that is what she has said. She says, we have to kill Thanos. There is no other way. We have to kill him. But, speculations and rumors and stuff like that has led to the fact that, maybe they won't kill Thanos, but they will try to use him, seeing as there is a bigger threat coming. Now, this I kind of just heard off of line, like this was a rumor or whatever, but there is a rumor around that, maybe Galactus is actually coming, and they can use Thanos' help in trying to stop Galactus from, global destruction. Now, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below, but I do feel like, maybe they won't kill Thanos, they probably will destroy the gauntlet and, um, find a better storage place for all the stones. Now, what else do we have in the trailer? So I spoke on Scott. Oh, there is a shot where you see the team. They're wearing these white suits. Now, these white suits could be the quantum realm suits that'll help them, travel through time and within the quantum realm. So we do see there is Rhodey, Iron Man was present there. We see Nebula, Rocket, Captain America, Black Widow. You know, um, we see basically the core members of the Avengers, except for Thor and Captain Marvel. But we do know they are in this movie. This could be a different scene where they meet up, but we do see that everyone is wearing the same white suits. Now, War Machine's suit has the white suit built over it. Now, I don't know what's the situation with that, but it is what it is. You can still see that he is very much still wearing the War Machine armor underneath, and we do see Tony wearing the same white getup, but you don't see his armor. I'm guessing that with his nanotech, he was able to just basically build a version of the white suit over his Iron Man suit, or maybe he isn't wearing the Iron Man suit underneath. I don't know what the situation is, but you can clearly see that, there doesn't seem to be a suit present underneath it. It could be very stealthy. Now that'll be kind of cool. But we'll have to just wait and see until the movie actually comes out. And as you can see on my screen, this is the official date, April 26th. We are a month away, pretty much, a month and a couple of days away. The hype is real. Can't wait to this movie come out. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for the longest, and this trailer just, answered a lot of questions. Now there is still some other questions to be developed, so this is the reason why you kind of want to watch these trailers over and over and over again, because it is so filled with Easter eggs and so filled with many answers and other questions, so with that being said, just make sure you review this a couple more times. Now, you heard this from me, but this is not concrete, you know? I'm thinking there might be one more trailer, but it might not be anything as spectacular as this second trailer was. It might just be another trailer with maybe more Captain Marvel scenes in it, because the movie is still actually a month and a couple of days away. So it is a possibility that a third and final trailer might be released. Um, but with that being said, the hype is real. I can't wait to see the future of the MCU, seeing as the deal has been finalized. And as I said in last night's video, once they sign the papers over on the 20th of March, that's when everything can start, production, characters, movies, shows, etc., the streaming service, everything will come into full circle. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. You know, share it with your friends, family members, colleagues, whatever. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new to this channel for more videos like this. Turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy.